Hello traders, welcome. In today's session I'm going to be recapping three trades I took on the ES, and in fact you may notice here I've also got a headline here, the one scalping and day trading rule that can make you rich. Actually borrowed that from a book I purchased many years ago. I'm going to be showing you a technique today which I show in many of my videos, which is very high probability, battle tested, and it kicks butt day in day out. So as I go through these strategies, just remember you can apply these to any market you trade, whether it be futures, forex, or stocks. One of the questions you may have, can you do this? Some traders will say I make it look easy, but traders, all of the setups that I do trade are all pattern based. They're rules based, which makes life a lot easier. So I apologize just then if you could hear horns beeping and dogs barking. My apologies just there. So let's get straight into this, because I try to keep my videos nowadays short and sweet. So as always traders, there is a risk in trading. Please don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. Better still, stay on the simulator until you're consistently profitable. Now just before, well actually this is going back 2 or 3 hours ago now, so I'm recording this on, actually it's Tuesday the 9th of June, as you're about to see when we get to the charts. So I've just done my daily trading for the day. I fired off 3 trades for 3 wins, which is not what today's session is about, but I try to show you whenever I record these sessions that I usually do some live trading just beforehand, and it just makes these sessions hopefully more interesting. Now the setups that I want you to really be focusing on are trading with the trend. These are really no-brainers when you trade them correctly. I had one here I went long, and up here I had a counter trend trade. I had another potential trade here. I was going to take this one down here, woulda coulda shoulda, but then I jumped in over here and took this after a little pullback, took this setup, and I've recorded these trades as well. I'll play them back another day, but the ones we're going to be looking at today is 3 trades I set up, or sorry, that had set up 3 trades I took, which I'll explain, and I have recorded them, and it's more powerful if I play back the recording. Now up here I've got that claim again, the one scalping and day trading rule that can make you rich. Stick to this, traders. That one thing, as Curly said out of that great movie City Slickers. What's that one thing? Trade with the trend. Here you can see you have multiple trade entries. What would it mean to you traders if you could earn $5,000 to $10,000 a week? For most people it would be life-changing. Now we hear of traders making that sort of money. Look at my results, but the challenge is most traders getting patient. They're not willing to wait. Now you'll see I do a lot of counter trend trading. Up here I had a double divergence on a higher time frame. Once you're trained in these setups, they're not complicated, they're very straightforward, and they're patterns. Okay, so I had a trend trade I took here. I had multiple entries, potential entries, and I took a reversal trade just here. I call them T10s. Now after that, and I exited down here, there were other numerous trading opportunities that you had. Now over here, and I just want to point this out before we get to the live video, see that black line there? That's a support level from a much higher time frame, and that's where trade 6 and potential trade 8, we bounce off this every day. But let me get to the recording. It's going to be more powerful. Before we do though, make sure you sign up, that is, you sign up for these free videos. I'm now sending these directly to your inbox 3 times a week, so you can get them straight off the press, where I'm teaching you how I scalp and day trade the markets. Please give me a big thumbs up on the YouTube video, and make sure you hit subscribe. Better still, become a member. You'll find all the details in the what do you call it, description link below. Now very quickly, if you're new to trading, I just want to show you, you can get going or started with a small account. Yes, you can get going with as little as $400 if you're going to trade the ES. Now you may be wondering that in most of my videos of recent times, I've been trading the ES futures contract. Stay with me, we are going to go to the live video, but this is important. The ES has been performing superbly both during the New York hours and the after hours market. Most of my trading is during the 𝗧𝗿𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺 session, that is after 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Why? It suits me down under. For an example, it is right now 5:17 p.m. in my part of the world, and it's 2:17 Central Standard Time. We've just had the London Open a few minutes ago, so this sort of suits me. But you can start trading, you can trade basically futures market 23 hours a day. Now here, if you want to, even if you've got a large account, start on a micro, cut your teeth. Now if you started on a micro contract and started off with $625, you could do it with as little as $400, which I won't get into right now. But here, if you net 32 a day, $32 net a day after 12 weeks, you're earning I've got to say legally, potentially $1,500 a week, and your account is now $7,000. You can now roll over. You can also get this what do you call Excel spreadsheet. Let me get this through here. Just remember what we call it, Excel spreadsheet, and you can get that from the description link below, and a little video on how this works. But you only start trading an additional contract each time you double your money. Now from there, within once you built your account up to 6,250, we can now start trading the big contract within 10 weeks, going for $325 a day, which is only 5 scalps a day, or 4 7-tick moves a day. And 10 weeks is your 10,000 a week, and within 13 weeks 20,000 a week. Stay with me, I'll show you how to do it. Traders, they say that there's two types of mindset. There's the fixed mindset. No, this is BS, it doesn't work. Yep, for you it won't, because of that mindset. Then you got the growth mindset. Just maybe this does work. Doesn't mean you don't verify it, but at least be open-minded to the possibility of it working. So let me now pull up the video excuse me, and let's look at the recording. As most of you know, my videos are raw, real, and unedited. Okay, so we've gone long over here, so I decided to hit play and record here. So over here I didn't record this one, just a normal trading session. And let me just perhaps pause this. You had a potential entry here, and I took this one and all the way up to here. Now I'm taking a short. You could have also entered here and here. See that green line, or I should really say the lime line just there? That is the high of day, and here we're about to get a reversal, and this is what we call a double divergence up here on a higher time frame. And you can see here I've got a sell stop order sitting there waiting to be filled. Now on the way up, you can see I'm bouncing off major EMAs. My target on the 2-tick, and I just believe that having targets is a great idea, is $325 a day per contract. I'm very conservative with what I want to go for my daily target, and it's a fatal mistake that so many traders make. It's called greed. They want to go for $1,000 a day. Is that possible? Absolutely, but you've got to crawl before you can walk. So here I am short. Now I've increased my target here down to 12 ticks, and we'll see in a moment whether we get down there. Generally I'm after 8 to 10 ticks, by the way, sometimes 6. If a market's really slow, I'll target 6 ticks, then 8, then maybe 10. Here I'm going for 12. Now it would have been based upon the pattern I can see, the great trend for double divergence, and we'll see whether or not we get down there, because see this cyan EMA, we bounce off this every day. So I might just fast forward this a bit. And I forgot to show you, I'll show you today's trades I've taken in a moment as well. So just here I'm about, for members watching, this is the start of a setup called a T10. A T10 is also known, traders, as a money on the floor trade or a ka-ching trade. It's been around for years. So there are conditions under which now this is good. So what I've just done here is brought up my anchor chart 1. Now the anchor chart 1, I look at 2 higher time frames, the anchor chart 1 regularly. Why? I'm looking for retracements. Remember the one rule that can make you rich? I'm looking for retracements on a lower time frame back in the direction of a higher time frame. And so there I'm just checking out the anchor chart 1 and pointing out divergence I had up there, and that's called I call it a DD, double divergence. Now let me move this along. So just here we are short, and now I've added to my position. Now why did I add? Now first of all, only ever add to your position if either you're well and truly in the green or you're trading with less than 2% per trade, because I recommend traders never risk more than 2% in a trade. If you do, it usually doesn't end well. If you say add, I'm not sure what I'm about to say here. That's 10 tick stop. I only risk 1%. That means I can add to a position, but my maximum exposure then is still only 2%. Ultimately, traders, we are money managers. Get rich slowly. Let me say that again. Get rich slowly. So just down here, 325, I'm probably just going to fix up there the typo there. I've gone short twice here. I've got 2 short positions. Let me say that correctly. And the reason being, a T10 after major divergence and after a major rally is a very, very high probability strategy. I remember 𝗧𝗿𝗺𝗺𝗿𝗀 would say, never trade 60-40 setups. We're after the 80-20 or better. We're really after the high probability setups. Now if you're after fun or a thrill, perhaps you need to go to the casino. You might have more fun there. But here, if you're looking for a long-term income, really week in, week out, look at scalping and day trading the markets, but you've got to follow the rules. So let me move this along now. So we're going short, we are short 2 positions. So let's just move this along. Okay, we've bounced here off another major EMA, but I want you to note we're rolling over. See here how I've made a new lower low. I've now got a new lower high, and I'm just glancing over here, by the way, at oil. And come on, get on down, because there's some things, we're already 14 minutes into this, and there's some other things I want to show you. Okay, so on the way down, we're already filled on 1 lot of contracts, and you can see here I'm about to bring my stop down. Now here my target is just on the other side of the 200. Can I get there? And you can see here, looking at the anchor chart, what am I doing there? I'm looking for major EMAs on the higher time frame. You'll be blown away, traders, at how often we bounce off them. Now moving down, now just note here a little bit of support there. And am I going to get out of that early? No. So I might have brought my target up a little because I didn't want to be on the other side, and the reason being we bounce off it day in, day out. Now I'm just moving this along quickly. Okay, so I'm out of that well and truly. Now here I've hit my target, and you'll actually see on the last trade of the day, if I can see on my ATM that I'm about to hit my daily target, if I can get out earlier, I will. Why? That suits me. I just want to get in, get out, get paid. I believe in what I call POQ, power of quitting. So let's just see here. Now not long after that, I'm pretty certain that I do that here. Yes. So say if we had a look for another setup, you had one right there, and if I keep this playing, now what's that one rule? See the gold EMA, follow the gold. Now remember back there, you could see your gold EMA was on the way up. Now we've rolled over. I can also see on a higher time frame I'm rolling over there as well. Now just looking back up here at the anchor chart, just there I'm pointing out a possible bounce and a possible long trade, and look what happened. Bang, thank you very much. Now what does NAC mean? There was not a trade entry. That means no anchor chart confirmation. But then we had trade number 7. What can you see once again? Bounces off major EMAs in the direction of the trend. Now make sure you sign up, and there would have been a pop-up for my free videos, and once again you can join me, and I'm a little bit under the pump because actually in an hour and a half I run a live trading room and a coaching room. So we've actually got the live room just before the New York Open today, so I'll be quick. Let's now just go back to the live charts. Now this was from Tuesday's trading, so you're probably hardest for you to see there. Sorry, Monday. We've now rolled over past midnight, so it's going right now. Now I mentioned that we had the London Open 25 minutes ago. Gee whiz, it is 25 minutes ago. Remember the one trading rule that will make you rich: trade with the trend. Now look down here. What can you see just here? I've got 2 major indicators from my higher time frame that are saying take me long, take every long trade here. See here now, go short. Over here it said go short. Now we don't have to follow the higher time frame with every turn. However, trade in the direction of your anchor chart. And let me just show you and see this here. And for members watching, yes, that was a bet the farm. See how we sold down into this major EMA there and there. Okay, this is called a bet the farm setup. Now let me just show you on oil. Of course, oil is the hot topic right now because of what's happening over in the Middle East. Now what I want you to notice, traders, see the white paint bars and the arrows. Okay, now what are they giving us? Entries, entry, entry, entry. What about this one? You've got an entry. If you had have taken that one, you would have been stopped. There's some that may have kept you out of that. I won't get into that now, we're out of time. You've got an entry, you've got an entry, then down we come, and what have I got right here? That there is a pivot bounce, and that there, for members watching, that is a pivot magnet setup, as you know. So traders, I've covered a great deal in this session. Trade with the trend.